call. Night. Morning. Morning.
With the tide, she slips her lines, turns her head and comes to wait. She lays so still there on Privateer's wharf, now she quickly gathers way. She will range far south from the harbor mouth. Feel a bow rise free of the mother sea and the sunburst cloud of spray. The stings the cheek while the rigging will speak of sea miles gone away. She is always best under full press, hard over as she lay. Who will know the blue nose in the sun? Who will know the blue nose in the sun? Like the proud fast queen of the Grand Banks fleet, portrayed on every dime. No hard work in her time, hard work in every line. The rich men toil with their Gloucester boys and their token bit of cow. They snap their spars and train to pass her by, but she left them all behind. Now her namesake daughter remains to show what she has been. Whatever a schoolboy remembers, it will not come again. To think she's the last of the Grand Bank schooners that fed so many men. Who will know the blue nose?
My name is Hilda Russell. I am the Curator of Interpretation at the Fisheries Museum of the Atlantic. My personal connection with the Bluenose, other than being a Nova Scotian, which means I am a Bluenoser by birthright, but on a more personal level, it is my connection to the fisheries. So the Bluenose was a fishing vessel, and the type of work that was done by those fishermen was very much the type of work that was done by my ancestors who came from Newfoundland. So for myself, I felt that the Bluenose was a good symbol that sort of brought the recognition that was well deserved to the fishermen who are fishing out on the Grand Banks off the coast of Newfoundland. The Fisheries Museum does house the largest collection of artifacts from the original Bluenose. Certainly our most prized possession would be the trophy itself from the Fishermen's International Schooner Races. But that being said, we have lots of little medallions from the races. We have ribbons, binoculars, we have the original wheel, we have a signal cannon. There's a glorious amounts of images of the original Bluenose as well as Bluenose 2.
Hi, my name is Phil Watson. I'm captain here on Bluenose 2. The question raised is, what is my connection to the ship? And my connection to the ship is a learned one. I don't have family here in Lunenburg County. I wasn't born in Lunenburg County. I did grow up here. So I learned about schooners, first of all, sitting at a barber shop and listening to the old men talk about their times aboard the schooners and what life was like. And then as I grew up and I started to read, I would learn more about the Bluenose and more about fishing schooners and time at sea. Eventually being at sea caught my imagination, caught my life, and and I wanted to have this as a career. So I'm the luckiest guy in Canada, and I ended up with a career on the Bluenose.
Let's make our way over here. So I'd like to direct your attention to the centerpiece here. So this is the trophy that was awarded to the winner of the Fishermen's International Schooner Races. What I personally like about this trophy is that if you look at it really closely, you'll see that it is sort of really heavily decorated with all sorts of Canadian symbols, which I find a little bit telling. Because this race was between the Canadians and the Americans. So we had no way of knowing really where she'd be spending most of her time. Would she spend most of her time in Canada, or would she spend most of her time in the US? So whoever designed it did so appropriately, as I like to say, because she did spend the majority of her time in Canada, and that's all thanks to Bluenose.
Roll camera.
Camera rolling. Camera rolling.
Action. What's your character like?
I'm a fisherman. I don't do it for much other than money. I can't say it's the nicest job in the world. I mean, you wake up early, you go to bed late. Rolling. My short film is about what it's like to be a fisherman on the Bluenose. She was a schooner in the 20s, and she raced, but I was never part of that. My film is about just how they went about their day.
What have you thought of the workshop so far?
I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. Editing was my favorite part.
What's your piece about?
Well, it's about how the Bluenose is such an important thing here, but in reality it's just a small speck throughout the universe compared to everything else.
What was your favorite day of the workshop?
Probably Wednesday, so yesterday, because that was when we started editing, and it was a lot of fun to learn how to edit and get all the photos and the footage put in. It was just great.
What different roles did you play in the film camp?
I did a lot with the gimbal, and I did sound on the first day at the museum.
With the tide, she slips her lines, turns her head and comes to wait. She lays so still there on Privateer's Wharf, now she quickly gathers way.
I'm recording audio for my small film for the Lunenburg Dock Fest. We're trying to get some waves splashing for a scene that I filmed. And right now, it's about a minute long, fairly abstracted compared to other types of films So basically what I'm doing is using sound to accentuate and tell a story without actually using my voice. So it kind of just tells the story of almost the average day on not even just the Bluenose, like just any sort of fishing vessel. You wake up, you get on the boat, you fight hard seas, come home, go back to sleep, and then you repeat. Now here I am, I'm almost done. This is our final shoot for some audio.
I'm Jesse Pittman. I live about 5 kilometers east of here, and we are doing a workshop for the Doc Fest of 2021.
What was your opinion on the workshop?
It was enjoyable. The Zoom classes were fun and engaging. The program itself was fun, except for the filming part. I don't do well in heat, and it was very hot on those 2 days. Mostly I was the boomer. I had the boom mic, and I was walking around recording everybody else's sound, except when it was too hot, in which case I was sitting by a window contemplating my life choices. But the editing was very fun, and we're going to have a screening tomorrow, which is going to be nice.
I am Pramit Sethi. I live in Bedford, and I came to Lunenburg to Arms Hotel this week to work on a documentary with Lunenburg Doc Fest at a youth program. I learned how to film because I was mainly a cameraman. Then I learned how to use iMovie because I edited my piece, which was really interesting. I also learned how to take interviews of people and how to deal with all the tech stuff.
Are you guys good to go?
The most interesting part was going on the Bluenose and filming there, where we met Steve McIntyre, and he sang a song for us because we didn't expected him to be there and sing a song, which was really great.
So does she not take wing like a living thing, child of the moving tide?
Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Steve McIntyre. I'm a singer-songwriter from Port Hawkesbury in Cape Breton. And I'm here in Lunenburg for the day, just kind of bumming around, and was lucky enough to run into you guys. Stan Rogers wrote many nautical-themed songs, and this is the one, I think probably stood out the most, because it's about such an iconic vessel and so close to the hearts of people in Nova Scotia.
Shall we continue?
My piece is about behind the scenes, and it describes our whole week, how we filmed on the Bluenose and in the museum, and then our interviews in the museum and with Captain Watson. I really like the feedback session because it really helped me know what I want to include in my piece and what I don't. So I basically ended up changing almost all of my piece this afternoon, and now I have a whole different piece what I had.